Hey guys, what's up? BC coming back at you guys with yet another Transformers video review, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Titans Return Leader Class Power Master Optimus Prime. Safe to say, when they announced that this was going to be happening, I was like a giddy little child. So here he is. He is a repaint slash remold, or at least in this case an extensive remold, of the previously released, if I can reach over and grab him to show that I actually do have him, I just haven't reviewed it, the Combiner Wars Leader Class Ultra Magnus, which I really like this one. I do intend to review this at some point, I just don't know when I'm going to do it. So putting that down in there, here is Optimus in his truck mode, and clearly enough, you know, he's got the turning axis right here. He's got these bits that can move up and down, which they do pop off. They're supposed to, and they can point straight up like on the old toy. Yeah, there's a lot that this does that really invokes the old toy. The only thing that I really wish this actually did have was the Power Master gimmick, where this would become a robot, this would become the super mode and all that. That would have been really cool, but c'est la vie. Now, he does come with the same weapons as Ultra Magnus. And so I guess you could, if you want to, plug these together like that, and then put these together up at the top and form like a giant thing. I don't know what you'd call this, but you know, there you go, you can do it. So we're going to be getting into the transformation in about a second anyways. But before we fully get into the transformation, here he is next to, who is essentially going to be my next review, Leader Blaster, which you can already see one of my problems with him right there. There you go, you know, decently sized figure. So now, the transformation, I'm going to go from vehicle to base mode. So to go to base mode, you're going to push this in, and the way it works is that when you're transforming it, just pushing it in, once it clicks, it's going to slide up. So when you're going back to truck mode, you pull this down, and then you slide it forward, so that you get the full axes. So with that said, now you got that, you're going to come underneath here and you're going to flip this up, because that's going to act as a standing base for the rest of the base mode. You're going to come back here, and you're basically just going to kind of undo everything back here, like this. These flip up, and then these are going to flip and rotate around and plug in down here. And flip, rotate around, plug in down here. Yeah, okay, you know what, I'll flip that out later. But yeah, now at this point, you detach it from up here, and I believe you do it the base mode. Yeah, you swing this leg piece around, and then you kind of bring it out like this. Is that how it's done? Yeah, that's how it's done. Okay. So yeah, you take this piece, you detach it from here, and then you lift it off of this tab right in here, and then it's going to rotate up like this, and kind of getting that out of the way. It'll re-tab into that. Close this back up. And then this whole, and then you just pretty much bend it at the knee, fold that bit down until you get something like this. Which from this point, like, well, okay, you can also You also kind of gotta have it like that. You can have it any way you wish. This is just the way, and at this point, this is where you flip that piece down because it actually solidifies this more than you'd think. And there is base mode, which at this point you actually can take these little thingamahooties, plug them on right there, and then you take these and you plug them in over here, and then you point them forward because reasons. Now, if you guys remember, Power Master Optimus Prime had the little Power Master Haikyuu. Well, this is actually kind of different, because if you come to the front, if you remember, Ultra Magnus opened up like that. Only this time, you get this little guy. So flipping this back around, standing him straight up and getting him zoomed in. Here is Autobot Apex, which you can clearly tell he is molded to look like Haikyuu, which of course mine's misassembled where the knees are on the back and the back of the knees are the front. Oh well, and yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a second. So yeah, there you go. This is the little Autobot Apex. He's cool. He's pretty cool. You know, same articulation as always. Folds up into a head, which I love, the Orion Pack styled head. And a la Power Master Prime, for the base mode, he sits in the guns. Yay. Actually, this gives me a chance to show something off real quick. I have been collecting the Titan Masters, but I really don't have any plans to review them. But here's a little weapon mode for Skull Cruncher. I have Crash Bash in here, which, you know, Crash Bash, flip him around, and there he is as a head, and so on and so forth. You know, yeah, these guys can all plug into these weapons and kind of make weapon platforms, and there are multiple spots on this that they can plug onto, because like you can pop one of these off and then plug this in and have that be there instead of these. You could have other headmasters sit in these. You could have other headmasters actually plug onto certain spots on the base mode, because there are these little tabs on the base mode that the figures can actually stand on. So kind of lifting this out of the way so you can see. There you go. There's a little tab there that allows little Mr. Autobot Apex to tab onto. So yeah, neat little thing. So yeah, there you go. Now, moving on to the robot mode, we're going to flip around into his head mode, because reasoning. And once again, we're going to strip him down of his accessories. How do we go? Oh, yeah. I remember. So basically, yeah, what you're going to do here, you're going to start with the legs, bring these down, straighten them out, bring the foot down and then bring it forward, and then fold this whole piece around like this. Make sure it all tabs together. Cook it out. There's one leg. Do the same thing over here. Here, bring this out and around. Fold this in. Bring all this down. There we go. I'm going to take this, flip it up. Swing his arms forward like this, and let me readjust the camera because he gets quite tall. And then you fold this up like this, keeping this down because you got to rotate the front of the cab in case you didn't really get to see that. The cab is originally going to be right there. You're going to lift it up, it's going to spin around, and it's going to just drop back in right there. Which from here, you open this up again, only this time you flip this piece in, and then you take this whole section and you flip it up. Once you get that flipped up, you close this up, close that up, and you can already tell there's something that ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right. Well, we can fix that because a la the Titans Return line, he is a headmaster this time. So you flip this open, you take little Autobot Apex without dropping them, you plug him in up here. Actually, make sure he plugs in correctly, because the way he's supposed to plug in, this little slot goes into a little bit right there, and then the head plugs in right in there. So once you got him in, which mine has a very loose connection, which that's pretty much been a la the Titans Return line in general, this helmet piece will flip up, come down over his face, and you can see his eyes in there, which you then proceed to take his many other pieces and plug them on. Naturally, you're going to have these pointing straight up because those are supposed to simulate the smokestacks. And personally, I put these together to create a super rifle. I plug this in his hand because, quite frankly, I love the look of this. I prefer him having this massive ass gun. And there you go. There is Power Master Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And is it safe to say I freaking love this? Yeah, I love this. He's big, he's beefy, he's powerful looking, this feels like Power Master Prime to me. And that's ultimately what I wanted out of this. I wanted this to actually feel like Power Master Prime, not some kind of cheap alternative, you know? You know, granted, it's not the original, but let's face it, nowadays, trying to get the original of what you had once is kind of a thing of the past. Now, comparison-wise, since I only really have, I'm really kind of scrambled on who I can show him off with, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it this time and kind of break a few rules. Here he is with Combiner Wars Voyager Onslaught, and as you can see, he's a much bigger figure. Now, articulation-wise, he's actually pretty decent. Unlike Ultra Magnus, my biggest gripe with Ultra Magnus was the fact that he had a very limited head movement. Here, you get a fully 360 rotating head. And if you really wanted to, you could kind of unplug the Headmaster to have him look up. And getting him to look down is kind of a chore, which of course this is being a pain in the tuchus. There we go. But yeah, getting him to look down ain't all that easy, because you kind of gotta bust that open and all that, which I don't like doing that. So yeah. Ratchet his shoulders, and due to the way the shoulders clip in, he has a forward shoulder movement. He's got outward shoulder movement, a bicep swivel, a single joint knee, a single joint elbow. His hands open up, which is a little bit on the weird side, which of course Ultra Magnus did that, which made holding his guns virtually impossible. Anyways, ratcheted hips going forward and back, as well as in and out, a mushroom cat thigh swivel, and a ratcheted knee. And I guess you have that. There we go. And, you know, there you go. There's Power Master Optimus Prime in a nutshell. I love the look of this myself. I feel they did a fantastic job with him. And I will admit, at first I was a little on the bummed out side when I found out this was just going to be a straight up remold. I was kind of hoping we were going to get the full shebang. But you know what? The fact that Perfect Effect is already on the case and doing a God Bomber for this, yeah, Perfect Effect, hit me up. But yeah, overall, the Power Master Optimus Prime for what it is, I like this. This is a good figure, and I really do enjoy it. So with this said, guys, do I recommend Power Master Optimus Prime? Yes. Yes, I do. He's a fun little figure. The base mode, while it's nostalgic, it's not really necessary. The robot mode is proper Power Master Prime. And the truck mode, the truck mode is the truck mode. You know, it's what you expect at this point. That's really all I can say. And plus, you know, if you're one of those people where you enjoyed this, you're gonna love this. If you didn't enjoy this, you're probably not gonna enjoy that. But yeah, that's just how things tend to be. Now, this was more of a glance over than a review, so to speak, because let's face it, the first one that came out was Ultra Magnus, but as you can already tell with the Combiner Wars line, I've been very lazy. I've been very lazy with a lot of toy lines lately. So yeah, I'm actually trying to get new reviews out now. So there you go, Power Master Prime. There in a nutshell. With all this said, guys, this is BC saying stay nerdy, get your geek on. I'll catch you guys next time.